Hogwarts.
Welcome to NewsBeast Book Beast Edition with Malcolm Jones, senior writer, and Lucas Wittmann of the Book Beast. Today, apparently the single most important thing in the world is not happening at the UN. It is, in fact, the release of J.K. Rowling's new book, The Casual Vacancy, her first book for adults. And Malcolm, you did a speed read. You've read all her oeuvre. What do you think of her first novel for adults about politics, oddly, right?
It's about small town politics and backbiting and envy and all the wonderful, just about all the seven deadly sins, I think. It's a big departure from the Harry Potter books in the sense that it's very much written for adults, and it has. I kept thinking this is a woman who's writing like she's just gotten out of jail. But she's not encumbered by all these PG restrictions that a children's book writer would be. So there's a certain amount of swearing and a certain amount of sex, and it's not something you want your 8-year-old to stumble over.
So this is if the 8-year-old's just jonesing for a new J.K. Rowling fix, hide The Casual Vacancy.
Not this one.
Not this one.
Put this one on the top shelf, right?
The old top shelf trick.
Right. Exactly.
Lucas, what are your thoughts?
Well, I have to admit, John, I'm coming into this as a J.K. Rowling virgin. I've never read any Harry Potter. I know this is a sort of admission here. This might sink my career, actually.
I think you're going to be
bumping that he never read.
Because I haven't either.
Hasn't either.
Because I haven't either.
No,
I copped to that fact. I've never read a single J.K. Rowling.
And I've only
I just admired the phenomena from afar.
I know, and I've only watched about half of one of the movies, so I'm coming to this totally fresh. Yeah. Actually, I think I'm going to pick this up and be exposed to a very different kind of J.K. Rowling.
Okay,
I'm looking forward to it.
I guess there was a brutal review today in the New York Times. Now, I don't put that much stock in any one reviewer that I give a damn, but apparently some people do. So what's the story?
Nobody's going to like everything, and I find it to be a extremely well put together book. She's a real pro. Is it great literature? I think that's the kind of thing that 60 years from now what something is.
Right.
But
is it great storytelling?
She's a very good storyteller. She knows how to set multiple plot lines in motion and then weave them together when she wants to. It has like the Harry Potter books. The villainous people are always the most energetic people, and they're the people you don't root for these people, but you're always happy to see them show up.
Which is a very, very Charles Dickens move too, right?
Yeah,
he has the most fun, and it's sort of a British literature thing. And we were talking earlier. Roald Dahl, I still think, is a complete genius,
right?
For his range as well.
Yeah.
Well, there's an interesting comparison there too, I think, between Roald Dahl and J.K. Rowling, and that now she's kind of. Some of his best books, I think we might all agree, some of his best stories are actually written for adults, and they were pretty dark and twisted, and definitely the kind of thing you wouldn't want to share with your kids.
Right.
But to this day, he's still mainly read for his children's books, and I imagine that'll be the same with.
Bottom line, hope for Harry Potter as a gateway drug to more serious literature for a whole generation.
I think so. Harry Potter taught an awful lot of kids what good books, very well written books could be, and they. I think they probably have pretty high expectations as a result going into adulthood.
And just think that some of that generation that first started reading Harry Potter, 10, 12 years ago, they're adults now.
That's right.
And they can continue on.
That's right. Got them for life.
Exactly.
I like constantly raising the bar. Right. Malcolm, final word. One word out of the ether.
Surprising.
Okay. Lucas.
Hogwarts.
Not Hogwarts. Thanks for coming on, Malcolm. It was great. Thank you for speed reading the new J.K. Rowling. We will see you tomorrow for another NewsBeast.